respected dignitaries, and all the participants. And at the onset, I thank Mohan Gopal sir for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this webinar. I think that we have discussed different aspects of job reservation under Article 16 of the Constitution. We discussed legal aspect and ethical and political aspects of Article 16, Clause 4. But I'm going to share with you some of the issues that are in mind while discussing about the job reservation in India. The most important issue that I want to put before you is that people are not ready to open up their mind in realizing the real concept of reservation. If they are ready to identify or realize this, the true principle behind reservation, we will get an opportunity to identify, to understand the real identity of each one of us. You can find out everyone will get an opportunity to understand who am I, and and based on which we can identify that some of these some persons in our society are privileged sections. They are enjoying certain privileges in our community, but at the same time some experiences certain issues and injustices in our society, because we are brought up in a caste-based society. But I do believe that every human being has the right to live in a good social order, and they have the right to expect a fair system of administration. But when we discuss about the system prevailing in India, as Bismi teacher said, the Indian society is not providing a fair system to each one of us. Because we denied certain basic amenities to certain class of people, and we are denying land to them, we are denying equal opportunities, or we are denying public participation, etc. So from this, it is clear that, and in this context, we have to consider the application of Article 16 of the Indian Constitution. Although the Indian Constitution is not providing, do not ensure a formal equality, but I am trying to say is that the Indian Constitution ensures to us a substantial inequality. So in order to ensure this substantial equality, we should ensure the constitution is important to ensure equal opportunity also. Then how can we ensure equal opportunity to these marginalized sections? And it is very important that they are not in a position to demand equal opportunity. They are not in a position to enjoy equal opportunity, etc. That's the reason why the constitution makers decided to introduce the reservation as a measure to ensure public representation. And if we are ready to understand the historic concept of the real concept of reservation, there will be no problem. But people are not ready to understand or realize the real concept of reservation. The next important issue is that we are not ready to analyze. Though it is very important to analyze to make a quantitative analysis of employment in India. We all know that only 7% of population, 7% of employment is available in organized sectors, out of which only 4% are available in government sectors. When we discuss about Article 16 Clause 4 of the Constitution, we are discussing about only 4% of the total employment in India. We are discussing about only 7.5 or 14.5 or 27% of reservation of only 4% of the total employment in India. That is an important factor. And moreover, it is important to note that these general category, we call them as general category, but actually they are upper caste persons. These upper caste persons, those who form only 20 or 27% of the total population, the studies show that they represent 67% of the total employment in India. That means the government sector, they are holding posts to almost 70% of total job. Then from this, it is clear that while considering the key posts, just like that of chief secretary and additional secretary, etc., we cannot find the representation of OBCs. And in the case of joint secretaries level, we can see that out of 275 joint secretaries, only 19% are there from OBCs. And the percentage of reserve, the percentage of the person from SC and STs are nominal also. But this is the reality. But even then, the person, it means upper class persons are they are still complaining that the reservation really closed the doors of equal opportunity. They denied their opportunity, etc. But it is not the reality. So we should consider all these realities at the time of discussing about Article 16, Clause 4 of the Indian Constitution. And now the political parties are trying to use the reservation as a tool for removing a number of injustices in our country. And they are of the view that it's only an individual, it's only an individual right. Article 16 Clause 4 is only an individual right. But when we go through the provisions of Article 16 Clause 4, it is clear that it is not an individualistic one, and it must, the word used is backward class. So if a particular class is a backward one, if particular section of people is a backward one, and the state has the duty to, they have the responsibility to uplift that persons. So we can't consider it as it as an individualistic right. It should be a right for protection of a class of people. So we should realize this mind. But they are trying to equate this economic this reservation with economic aspect also. By introducing this economic aspect, they are trying to introduce several injustices within the parameters of reservation, and it is not and their move is to remove or to defeat the very purpose of reservation. That's the main. So we must be aware of these type of anti-reservation movement agendas. And moreover, it is very important to consider the anti-reservation supporters are trying to equate it with reservation with merit, competence, quality, etc. But it is when I am of the view that those who do not get first 10 or first ranks in competition exams are not qualified. If the top 10 rankers are not ready to take the job, and if they are occupied in some other jobs, and the 11th position, the person in 11th position will get an opportunity to take that job. And we can sometimes that 11th person may do that work in a better way than that of the top 10 rankers. And so when we apply these principles in the case of reservation, we can tackle this type of compromise in quality, etc. Generally, people are more concerned, they are more sympathetic towards the fate of children of the upper caste persons if they are not occupied in a dignified job. But we are not, we believe that they are privileged persons and they are not born for doing all these type of they are born in such a way as to do all these privileged work. But at the same time, we are not at all concerned about the fate or the future of the children of Safai Karmacharis or those persons who are engaged in the sweeping activities or the other type of jobs, etc. So I am of the view that and we are I am not supporting the view of denial of justice, denial of reservation to the children of parents, those who are enjoying reservation. So I am of the view that years of inequality cannot be erased by providing the benefit to a single generation. I am trying to introduce the political mass is also trying to introduce another policy of divide and rule by introducing the concept of creamy layer. And it is a very important rule they are adopting to defeat the very purpose of the reservation in India. And in this, the day of birthday of Ambedkar, we stood firmly behind this caste reservation. And moreover, in this new liberal era, it is necessary to introduce some measures from government level to ensure reservation in corporate sector also. And it has already been such suggestion has been already been given by Gobi sir. And I am of the view that if Article 16 Clause 4 is only an enabling provision, it could have been included in Part 4 of the Part 4 of the Constitution, but it is included in Part 3 of the Constitution. That means that it is a fundamental right. And moreover, judiciary is an undemocratic institution. Moreover, the media is also doing their work of creating some anti-reservation argument against people. So we should be aware of all these. And with these words, I'm concluding. Thank you.